The following stories are inspired by documented paranormal encounters. Some locations and identities may have been changed to protect the people involved. These stories may be disturbing for younger audiences, and listener discretion is advised. This podcast is based on true events.
Hi, I'm Dalia, she, they.
Hey, I'm B, she, they.
Hi, I'm Brandon, he, him.
And this podcast is based on true events.
We caught up with each other by the end. It's okay.
Yeah.
We started off on different levels, but we caught up. Okay, well.
In our defense, it's 8 p.m. on a Wednesday.
On a Wednesday, yeah. So maybe we should jump right into vibe checks. Dahlia, you want to go first this time?
Vibe check, pretty cozy. Pretty
Cool.
cozy, pretty solid.
Pretty and cozy, I see.
Oh,
Yes, you are.
Guys, you're gonna be blush. Okay, how are you? Vibe check.
Me?
Yeah.
I'm looking at you, so I'm great.
Oh my god. Don't make me blush.
I get to see those.
Where's the guy with the green flag?
I get to see those adorable dimples that you keep trying to hide.
Sir, keep it.
No, she does this thing like I'll be like, I can see your dimples, and this will try to make a straight face. Like, I can still see. Look, they're right there. You can't
They're
hide them
beautiful
shits.
They're still there.
Yeah, they are.
They're cute. They're beautiful.
They're great. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks, guys.
Want to eat chips and salsa out of them.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Tequila shots. Yuck!
We're like two little gremlins. Two little goblins that just, pretty lady, pretty lady.
Pretty lady.
I need a caricature of just like my big ass cheeks, and each of you are sucking on a teat. The teats are fucking cheeks.
Cheats.
Jordan, get to work.
No, because she'll do it, is the thing.
Jordan, get to work. Jordan, get to work.
Jordan, please get back to merch art. I'm begging you.
If you love me, don't do it.
Jordan, if you love me,
If you
please.
love us, do it.
B, vibe check.
Listen, I got a fat blunt sitting at home waiting for me for bedtime.
That's not what I thought you were going to say, but continue.
I got a fat cock.
That's also not...
Oh.
Ew. I got a fat ass and I'm ready. That's what I thought you were going to say. I thought you were going to say something about a fat ass.
I don't, because I got 2 Kleenex boxes back there. But anyways.
Yeah, me either. I got less than that. I got Hank Hill.
Is there a rectangular?
Yeah, I got a SpongeBob SquarePants butt.
Better than Hank Hill
Look,
ass.
when we get done and I stand up, look, I have a square butt, dude.
Dude.
Yeah, it's the weirdest thing.
That was one of the first things I told her is I have a Hank Hill ass.
Yeah, no, actually. Like when we
And
were
she
on
was
the
like,
dating
well, I'll
app.
be damned. He does have a Hank Hill ass. Well,
But anyways, I'm looking forward to my blunt before
right.
I go to bed.
vibes have been checked. Are you guys ready for story?
Yes.
Cool.
I'm about to die.
So I have one story today. I usually do an intro for one stories. I don't have one of those today. However, well, I guess my intro is what I told you guys earlier. This is probably one of the most frustrating stories I've ever read. Just because of the way that people act. You'll see what I mean. But it's really frustrating. And I just wish things were handled better. But it is still a very interesting story. So just lock in. Be prepared.
Ugh.
All right?
Okay.
So. You got more to say?
Oh, it's
Give
got
us
hiccups.
another one.
No.
I saw you swallow that one.
Pretty lady.
Pretty lady, pretty lady.
Guys.
So, as told by the show The Haunted, I give you the story I call Right in the Backyard. Really?
Please feel free to cut this out, but you said right, and I thought you were going to say right in the pussy.
No.
I'm sorry. Please
No,
cut
right in the
that out.
I'm not
backyard
gonna
sounds
cut
like
that
an
out.
innuendo for the ass.
You're not going to cut that out?
Why should I?
Oh
Why?
my god.
Do you want me to?
No, it's fine.
Oh my god, the word pussy's a bad word though.
Oh my god, I'm pussyphobic.
You gotta stop, because I like the way you say pussy too much. Stop. Brandon, please.
As told by the show The Haunted, I give you the story right in the backyard. Melissa lives in Bangor, Pennsylvania with her boyfriend of 9 years, Nick, and their 2 children, Nicholas Jr., 6, and Casey Lee, 2. She lives with her mother Diana as well, and their dog Zeus. The first time seeing the house they currently reside in, they were completely blown away. The house was a good size, the price was too good to be true, and the inspection came back clean. The only thing that they really felt uneasy about was the backyard. It was overgrown, and upon closer inspection, Melissa noticed a headstone right up on the property line. And after venturing over, the family noticed that this was just one of many. Their soon-to-be house's backyard actually bordered a cemetery, and judging by the state of the graves and their markers, it was a pretty old one at that. Well, Melissa reasoned, at least nobody would be able to build behind us. The house was too good of a deal to pass up, so after the inspection came back with no issues, they signed the papers. And over the ensuing months, the family spent the weekends renovating and remodeling their new house. One of these days, when Melissa and Nick were alone in the house with Zeus, Melissa notices Zeus doing what she describes as, quote, looking up the stairs, then he would put his head down and look like he was shaking. To Melissa, it looked like he was looking up the stairs at something he was scared of and almost cowering away from it. Nick didn't really think much of it, and Melissa decided to brush it off rather than freak herself out. As the weeks passed, however, Melissa began to notice peculiar activity around the house. Whenever she was home alone at night, she would hear the sounds of knocking on the walls around the house. One night, even hearing what sounded like a ball being bounced in the attic. When she would tell her family about this, they would laugh about it, saying that she was just hearing things. Her sister, Nicole, who was living with them at the time, would even make jokes like, oh no, there's a ball bouncing down the stairs, and even one time went up into the attic and bounced a ball around trying to scare Melissa as a prank.
What a wow. Continue.
Late one night, Melissa and Nick are laying in bed when Melissa wakes up sweating. Realizing that the AC was off as well as the rest of the power, she wakes Nick up to go flip the breaker, to which he replies, basically, not to worry about, don't worry about it.
I'll kill you.
And rolls over, going back to sleep. So Melissa gets out of bed herself and heads down to the basement where the power box is. Melissa says that the basement is probably one of the creepiest places in their house, knowing that she always gets the feeling of being watched when down there. As Melissa reaches up and flips the switch for the breaker, she suddenly hears the sound of laughter coming from behind her. It was loud, had a distinct male tone to it, and felt like it was coming from about 2 feet behind her. However, upon looking around the room, she sees that she is the only one in the basement. Melissa runs upstairs and shakes Nick awake to tell him what she just heard, but Nick thinks it was just her imagination. Melissa tells Nicole the next day about what she heard, and Nicole starts to get legitimately worried that her sister might be going crazy. So, nobody believes her. However, not long after this experience, Nicole was helping Nick and a friend remodel the kitchen. After they finished, Nick and the friends set out to go to the store, and Nicole and her dog Tyson head upstairs to watch a movie in her bedroom. As they reach the room, the door to Casey, the child's bedroom, behind her, slams shut out of nowhere. I believe I said this was a 2-year-old child, right? It was a 6 and a 2? Yep, Casey Lee is 2. Okay, sorry, let me get back to where I was. Startled, but thinking that it might have just been the wind, Nicole opens the door, only for it to almost immediately slam closed in her face once again. Looking down at Tyson, she sees that he is staring very intently at the door, and then through the crack at the bottom of the door, she sees the moonlight break as a shadow of someone walks by on the other side of the door, even though nobody was in the room just seconds ago. Terrified, both Nicole and Tyson run downstairs, jump in the car, and drive around until the guys get back. Nicole decides to move out, and frustratingly, now that Nicole was the one that experienced something, the rest of the family now starts to feel like something is off in the house. The rest of the family, however, just can't pack up and leave like Nicole. Not long after this, Casey, the 2-year-old, starts waking up multiple times a night screaming her head off with no visible reason why. And while Melissa starts to think that something might be waking her up at night, Nick isn't really concerned, thinking toddlers just do this sometimes. Which, sure. However, one night, Melissa goes into Casey's room when she starts yelling, "Mommy, Mommy, Mommy!" After getting into the room, Casey starts looking around Melissa and saying, "Her! Her! Her!" Desperate for answers, Melissa turns to her next door neighbor to try and get any information about the house's past. She finds out that the past owner of the house was a woman named Mary who died in a drunk driving accident, leading Melissa to think that this may be the her that Casey was referring to. One day, Melissa calls over her Aunt Jessica to help her transplant a butterfly bush. As they were walking around the backyard, Jessica finds what looks to the two women to be a human pelvic bone hiding amongst a pile of concrete and cinder blocks that came with the house. Could this bone have something to do with the things going on in Melissa's house? Where did it come from? Was someone murdered or buried on their property? These are all things Melissa's worried and thinking about. Later on, Nick arrives home with a friend and Melissa shows him the bone. Upon looking it up, they are able to match it up to being a pelvic bone like originally thought. As Melissa is, in Nick's words, quote, freaking out about the bone, Nick's friend says, "I can get rid of it for you," before taking the bone, snapping it in his hands. The bone was so brittle and old that it just crumbled without much resistance.
Oh my god.
The friend then took the bone over to the storm drain on the road and just dropped the pieces in.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Melissa understandably starts really freaking out about this now.
Yeah.
Stating how absolutely disrespectful it was, and even saying a prayer, apologizing to the owner of the bone, begging for forgiveness, and saying that it wasn't her fault. Which, valid.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, this wasn't me, I didn't do this.
Right.
Nick attempts to calm Melissa down, saying that the situation wasn't that serious.
They're not allowed in my house anymore after that.
Nope.
Nick is her 9-year boyfriend. They have 2 kids together. But yeah, the friend, for
That's what
sure.
I'm talking about.
After this, the activity in the house definitely starts to pick up.
Huh, I wonder
No
why.
shit, yeah. One night at around 10:30, as the kids were sleeping and Nick was downstairs in the kitchen, Melissa starts to hear the sound of children singing and playing coming from her pitch black backyard. Melissa goes downstairs to tell Nick, and he goes out to check, but obviously nothing was there. Nick didn't hear anything, and starts thinking that Melissa may be losing her mind.
God.
Nick's constant brushing off of Melissa's worries and experiences obviously starts to cause more arguments and strain between the couple. But one night, as Melissa is getting into bed at a little after midnight, she starts hearing banging noises from downstairs, almost as if someone is doing construction in their bathroom. She wakes Nick up, and he actually hears it this time. Then all of a sudden, the couple starts to hear loud footsteps pacing up and down the hall right outside their bedroom. Nick gets up to check the house, but finds nothing out of the ordinary to explain the noise. This freaks Nick out enough to where he stays up the rest of the night, feeling like he might need to protect his home at any moment. Then, not long after this incident, Melissa's mother, Diane, also finally had her own experience. On the 4th of July, as the family watches the fireworks outside on their porch, Diane teases the rest for all the things they've been saying about the house, laughing and joking that, quote, "They don't want me, they want you, ha ha ha," just laughing at them, basically. Well, later that night...
She sounds insufferable.
Later that night, correct, as she lays down for bed, Diane stretches out and suddenly feels a burning sensation on her side, almost like she was being branded. Upon looking in the mirror, she notices a bite mark in the spot that she had felt the burning.
Is it problematic if I say good?
She was quite literally asking for it, honestly. I
Karma's
hate
a
to say
bitch.
that, but Diane looked everywhere for some kind of bug that could have done it, but found nothing. Melissa eventually contacts the Pennsylvania Paranormal Association to try and see if they could figure out what exactly is going on in the home. The team captures an EVP of a whispery male voice saying hello in the master bedroom. They were also able to capture a banging noise in the kitchen when nobody else was even downstairs at the time. The team decides to bring in a psychic named Virginia Centrillo to see if she could pick up on anything in the house. Virginia immediately starts getting a lot of mixed energies and vibrations from the house that she says she couldn't quite understand. And I don't know if I say it later on, but she goes into this as really she should, not knowing anything about what's going on. They're just like, come check this house out.
Yeah.
She then senses a female energy and picks up on the name Mary. This energy told Virginia to follow her and then led Virginia to the crib in 2-year-old Casey's room upstairs. Virginia got the feeling that this entity was trying to communicate that she was regretful for scaring this child. As Virginia moved back to the stairs, she mentioned feeling very uncomfortable in the hallway and also said that a black spot of energy flew at her. As they made their way to the basement, Virginia claims that the same black energy flew down the stairs past her, and Mark, the lead investigator for the team, claimed to feel a sensation of static at his back and a feeling that something was right behind him. The team also reported hearing the sound of rocks being thrown across the room, and Mark even heard one hit the cellar door he was sitting right next to, near where his head had been. After returning to the first floor, Virginia pulls Mark aside and says that she felt like she was being pulled in all different directions by the energy in the house and that it was making her feel like physically ill. As they continued into the backyard, Virginia claims that she felt strong emotions of sadness and anger and described it as, quote, walking into a wall of death. As her heart started racing, she started to feel a pulling sensation. She described the feeling of 100 hands, souls, pulling her to the ground, wave after wave. She felt like she couldn't catch her breath. As Virginia looked around, she realized that she stood just outside of the cemetery at the edge of the property. Virginia went into all of this blind, like, okay, so cool, I did mention it. So she had no clue about the cemetery until this very moment. She says that the energy she was feeling made sense for a cemetery, but it didn't make sense for the backyard, which led her to have a thought. Are there bodies buried on their side of the property? After this, the Pennsylvania Paranormal Association, I believe that's what it's called, I just wrote down PPA, actually contacted a local historian to learn more about the cemetery next to the home and found that since the cemetery had been there a good 40 years before any of the houses surrounding it were built, it was very possible that some of the properties had spilled into onto the overgrown and disused cemetery. Virginia suggests bringing a priest into the home to perform a blessing and to pray over the forgotten graves in order to bring some sort of peace and even out the energy on the property. The team contacted Father Larry Elward, who performed the blessing, and since then, the activity in the home has decreased significantly and has felt a lot more at peace.
Cool.
So I know that that's kind of a shorter story on my end. It was just, if I remember right, it was just above, actually no, it's not just above my workout. It's decently in there. So this is frustrating.
I don't know if it's just the white woman in me, but if I found what I thought was human remains on my property, I would have called the police.
I was thinking that too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they could take it and they could do a test on it and see
Yeah.
Who
if it was
sees
a
a
murder?
human bone and says, I know what to do with it? Crack!
Yeah. No,
Piece of shit.
I wouldn't want to touch it, or if I thought it was real, I would call the police.
Yeah, if you were, you're smart. That's, that feels like second nature.
Yeah.
And no, Melissa's family frustrates me to no end.
Very much so.
It
It feels like a lot of arrogance.
A lot of
It does.
disrespect.
I have
lot of-
way too many anger issues to be dating a Nick. I can't.
Nope.
It's actually insane. Oh, man. No, it's really frustrating. I also do
It
want
was
to...
a really good story, though.
It's really... Like I said, it's really interesting. Just the different things they were experiencing. I think one of the scariest things for me is the laugh behind me in a basement after it had just been dark. Yeah, I'd jump out of my fucking skin.
Yeah.
What?
Definitely.
I also... Nick, again, pisses me off to no end. But in this end as well, if Dalia, for whatever reason... First of all, if you had woken me up and said, hey, the power's off, can you go turn it on? That's the first thing I would do. Oh, yeah, sure.
I wouldn't even have to ask.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would probably have woken up first.
Yep.
Because I can't sleep in the heat. No, and then if you had come up to me if for some reason you had woken up first, gone down, if you had come and woken me up and said, hey, I heard somebody laughing behind me, I would have scoured that fucking house first, at the very least. He just rolled over and went back to sleep like, it's nothing, you're just crazy. What the fuck is your problem?
Yeah. The same thing if I would have told my husband that I heard someone laugh behind me in the basement. He would have thrown me and the kids in one bedroom together and went and scouted the whole fucking house.
You know, like a fucking, oh my God. No, it's so frustrating. It's so frustrating. Any more excuse me, any more thoughts before pictures on this one?
I'm ready for pictures.
Are you? All right, well, get your phones out. We're going to look at who these people are first off. So, this is a 4 picture. Top left, we got Melissa. To the right, we've got Nick, her boyfriend of 9 years. Under Melissa, so bottom left, that is Diane, their mother, or her mother. And then her sister Nicole in the bottom right. Which maybe it's just because I know what I know, but I looking at them, they just piss me off. Like
same. Just because I know what I know.
Something about the way you hold your mouth don't sit right with me. I don't like it. And then this next one, I couldn't get into it. This is their dog Zeus.
Aww. Zeus could do no wrong.
Zeus can do no wrong. Yes.
Right.
That would also have been a red flag for me, seeing a dog cower like that.
Yep.
At nothing, because they don't just do that. Like.
Listen to your animals. They don't lie.
This next one is a picture of the house. It was one of the best angles I can get. So this is of the house that they actually showed it in the episode.
That's a big house.
That looks like every fucking house in my town.
Yeah?
Yeah. Think about it. Last time you were driving through my town.
No, I can see it, yeah.
It looks like every fucking house where I live.
can see it being on our street, for sure. Like, insane.
It looks like every house in one of these kind of stories.
Yeah.
Like, if you think of a house in these kind of stories, you think this kind of house. I do. I
don't know about that, but I can see where you're coming from. This next picture is of a pelvic bone. So this is the kind of bone that they found in the backyard. And we next have a photograph that they showed, like, in the story of the bite mark that Diane found on her.
Oh my god.
Which, like, I can't imagine looking at that and be like, it had to be a bug. You know what I mean? Like, I'm sure she checked for her own peace of mind, but insane. Like, insane. Crazy. Like,
it's a weird ass shape for a bite mark.
It does kind of have the shape of like a mouth almost. Like, if you, like, you know what I mean? Do you see what I'm seeing?
Yeah.
They got like kind of like outwardly shaped teeth right here.
Like yeah, it goes out at the top sides or something. Yeah.
Oh, I don't like that.
No, me either. And then for my final one, we have something they showed in. It's a clipping of an archive of an article talking about Mary's accident and death. So Bangor woman killed as a car hits tree. It says, from what we can see, it says a Bangor woman was killed Wednesday morning when her car flipped and hit a tree along Route 191 in Upper Mount Bethel Township, which really sad.
Yeah.
Yeah. It also makes me really sad knowing the psychic was, first of all, was able to point out Mary. So for me, I'm like, all right, cool. You know what you're doing. You're good. You got this. And the fact that presumably the spirit of Mary led her to the crib and kind of showed like, hey, I kind of scared this kid. I'm really sorry. Aww. It's so sad. But
also, both of my girls are the exact ages of the children in the story.
I knew you were going to say that.
Yes.
Damn, all right, yeah.
You keep bringing kids that are the same age as my kids.
It's just a creepy age, I guess.
It's a creepy age for sure. Well, that's my story today, guys. Any closing thoughts on that one? Because, like, it is interesting, but so frustrating because of the other people in this. I can't imagine. You
gotta be so selective in who you choose to live your life with. You really do. You gotta have fucking, like, standards and boundaries. Like, you gotta what's the word, have the same like philosophies for it to work, because I feel like is that the right word? Why are you looking at me like that?
Oh, sorry, I was thinking of something else.
Oh, okay.
I'll tell you what I was thinking.
He was making a face like he was like heavily disagreeing with me. I was like, what do you mean?
No, not at all. I'm sorry.
Okay. No, I just feel like if you don't automatically go into it with the respect for your partner,
and I guess
how would you expect this to...
I agree, but there's a part of me is like, well, some people, like, they have different relationships, and not everybody can be like us, or like be, or like how we view like our relationships. Not everybody can be like that. However,
if you take all of the specifics out of it, your partner has come to you scared,
yes,
and you have shooed them away.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
That's exactly what it is.
How are they going to trust you again?
Exactly.
And like, not only that, but your family also sucks. What do you
Uh-huh.
mean your mother is making fun of you? Your sister is making fun of you
Yep.
to the point where she's actually like, ooh, and like
Scaring you on
to
purpose.
where she's trying to scare you because she hears that something scared you. Even if it was fake, this is something that scared her, and you're like,
Right.
I'm gonna make fun of this real hard.
You were vulnerable for an opportunity, and it's just been turned against you.
Yep.
And that shit sucks.
Nick also pissed me off, like, watching the episode, because there was some parts he was talking about where he was still like giggling about stuff. I was like, this isn't fucking funny. You're an awful person. I'm sorry, that may be harsh, but like, fuck off. I hated this man.
Number one Nick hater over here.
Number one Nick hater over here. Yeah. Oh man.
Not negator. Nick hater.
Yes. No, yeah, because it's crazy to me. Yeah, it's just like you said, B. Your partner is coming to you scared about something, and your initial reaction is, I don't care enough. I don't
Yep.
care enough. Deal with it on your own. Actually, you must be crazy.
Yeah.
You are crazy.
No.
Both the sister and the boyfriend jump to, something mental is going on with
Yeah.
you. What is your problem?
I don't
We're just
care how
snowflakes,
silly it
guys.
sounds to you. If someone comes to you and you know,
But we're just snowflakes
I don't.
for caring about other people's feelings.
I just don't get it. But again, we won't because we care. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, that's what I got.
Is it my turn?
It is your turn. What you got for us?
I apologize in advance. So this allegedly true encounter is a bit on the sad side and actually comes from a user on Reddit we've seen before.
Yeah?
Though he is inactive now. The commenter from the What's Wrong With Her Eyes. The one from that
From last week?
tribe. Mm-hmm.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Okay, that's interesting.
I went scrolling through his feed because he said he had some stories.
Okay.
And I do believe his pronouns are he, him, because he had shared a lot of stories on his. Not necessarily paranormal, but
Right.
very active Reddit user in the past.
Okay, cool.
Not anymore, though, unfortunately. So there's some trigger warnings on this one. Alcoholism and war-related PTSD. Got it.
Help is available by calling 988-SUICIDE and Crisis Lifeline at 988.
What the fuck?
Again, it's 988.
Google, shut up!
I don't know if you guys could hear that, but
There's no way they didn't hear that, right?
yeah.
Like,
so-
that had to have been caught on
it had to have picked up at least a little bit.
at least a little bit, at least
Yeah.
faintly. So my little
Don't say it, because it'll activate again.
my little G home,
Yeah.
it-
Activated.
It just, what did you say? What did you say?
I said the trigger warnings were alcoholism and war-related PTSD. And I believe they gave a hotline.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, so, I mean...
Anyways, there's
cool.
resources out there.
Resources
so.
out there, yes. Please, 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 please. Resources out there if you do need help with alcoholism or, PTSD. So OP has titled this encounter, My Brother Kenny. Are we ready?
Yes.
So let's get into it. My brother, Kenny, and I were always close. He was a little over a year older than me. He and I were adopted as babies. Our mother had tuberculosis but died in a car crash. We were the only children she had. We are also of the northern Arapaho, thank you, tribe. I always forget the middle syllable there. We were adopted by a white family and taken away from the reservation. We grew up not knowing about our culture and our language. Also, growing up in a white world away from the reservation, we always felt a bit lost. We never saw ourselves as different from everyone else, but sadly, everyone saw us as different from them. We never really talked about it, but it was always there. I am happy to say that I am back with the Arapaho people, and I've learned my culture and I'm learning my language, hard as it may be. I digress. Despite being very close, we also fought a lot, maybe more than most brothers do. I can remember having some really good knockdown dragouts with him as kids. As we grew into adulthood, we had a few more fights, but it ended after we both joined the military. I was in the Army and he was in the Marine Corps. I suppose being in uniform matured us and we became much closer. A friendship developed between us that I can't really explain. I suppose other siblings who read this will understand what I'm talking about. Desert Storm came along and the whole world was watching. Kenny was deployed out to Kuwait and I was just waiting for my orders to go. I was in Germany at that time and he was in San Diego. He was a combat engineer. I was in field artillery, but assigned to a headquarters battery working and brigade operations at the time. I was taken away from that and assigned to do guard duty for civilian housing there in Augsburg. It was January in Germany, so it was very cold. Standing for 12 hours at a time in the snow took a toll on me, and I ended up with trench foot and later on a condition known as cellulitis, a blood infection that was slowly killing me. Even still, my first sergeant came to visit me and handed me orders for the desert. I spent many weeks in the hospital. My doctor's name, ironically, was Major Burden.
Damn.
When my feet healed, I was discharged and the war was winding down. Luckily, I didn't have to go. My brother did, though. He came back a shattered man. Before the war, he was training to be a marathon runner and had even carried the Olympic torch in the late 80s before joining the Marine Corps. Now, he could barely walk across the room without wheezing. That war destroyed him. He began drinking very heavily. Sometimes he drank so much I thought it would kill him, but it didn't. It went on for years, and we all tried to get him help to get over it, but he just couldn't. He would wake up screaming in the middle of the night. Sometimes he would take off walking and be gone for days. One day, he finally went to the VA hospital and entered a rehab program. I was so happy to see that he was finally getting help. He stuck with it until just a few days shy of graduating. Then he left. The hospital called, trying in vain to get him to come back and finish the program, but he didn't. He felt he was on the road to recovery, and he did very well with sobriety for a long time. Then, just like that, he started drinking again. This time it was much worse than before. He couldn't hold down a job, and all of us in the family did what we could to help him, but to no avail. All we could do was watch him drink himself to death. Even though he wasn't working, he'd still find ways of getting alcohol. One night he was out with two men. I won't call them friends because he hardly knew them. They were driving on a country road in the northeast part of Wyoming. Their truck broke down, and according to these two dickheads, Kenny went to find help. Kenny was found the next morning face down in the snow with his hands in his pockets 14 miles off the nearest road, dead from below freezing temperatures and exposure. I was still in the Army at the time. I was on a field exercise when I got word. I came straight home and the bottom fell out of my world. I was devastated beyond belief. I prayed to God for me to switch places with him, but it obviously never happened. I had a hell of a time getting back on track with my life. The closest relative I ever had was now gone, and I had never felt so alone. Weeks turned to months and then to years. I got out of the Army, and I had moved from house to house, finally settling into a 2-bedroom apartment. I had a decent job, and I was making enough money to get a phone hooked up in my house. I lived in that apartment for a few months. The hours at my job were 2 p.m. to 10 p.m. So when I got home, I was usually up until the wee hours of the morning. One night, I was up late watching movies. I fell asleep in my recliner. It was summertime, and my window was open right next to me. It was nice and cool at that time of night. Around 3:30 a.m., my phone started ringing. "Fuck that," I said. I was just going to let it ring until whoever was gave up. But it kept ringing and ringing. Finally, I picked it up and impatiently said, "Hello?" There was no response from the other end. I could hear that someone was there, though. I could also hear people talking like they were on the other side of the room. "Hello?" Still nothing. I was about to hang up, and a voice on the other end said, "Ronnie?" Again, I said, "Hello? Who's this?" The voice on the other end said, "I can't talk long." Then it fucking hit me. It was Kenny. I recognized his voice, and I sat up in my chair, fully awake. "Kenny, what the hell? Where are you?" "Everything is okay," he said. "Where are you?" I asked again. Then he said, "Gotta go." Give me a second to breathe here.
Yeah.
I'm burning up in this blanket. And that was it. The phone didn't hang up. I didn't hear it click. Unfortunately, this was before the days of caller ID. I could still hear the voices on the other end of the line, on the other side of whatever room he was calling me from. I swore to myself that I wasn't going to hang up until I got some answers. Nobody ever came back on the line, though. I just sat there, yelling his name over and over until the sun came up. Finally, the battery in the cordless phone went dead, and that was the end of the call. I sat back in my chair and cried for a very long time. Then I fell asleep until it was time to get up and go to work. I felt better after that. I felt like there was some finality to the loss and destitution that I had been feeling since his death. I can talk about Kenny now with gladness. I can think about the good times I had with him and smile. I named my first son after him, and my brother's portrait hangs in my living room, looking across the room at my son's portrait on the wall across from his. I miss him, but I know I'll see him again someday. I am thankful that he was my brother.
God damn.
You were not kidding about that being
Oh
a
my
really
God.
sad
I barely
story.
held that together.
Oh
Man.
I apologize.
I could see you slipping like at the beginning. I was like, this is rough. Oh, yeah, I don't know. Like, I can't imagine.
And there were people in the comments, and there's a lot of similar stories to this, of when they get calls or they hear it from the other side, they'll hear like people in the background.
Yeah, I've definitely heard that before too.
And
yeah.
they never answer when asked, "Where are you?"
Well, not personally. I've heard of stories like that. Yeah.
They just respond with, "Everything's okay." This is like a lot of people experience this.
Maybe that's all they can do. Like,
Just to let you know they're good. Oh my! I just got like chills.
yeah, same.
Look at my leg. It's
I can feel it going down mine too. It's, oh man, it's like, because what is that?
damn it, Lori! My phone better ring tonight at 3 a.m.
3:30.
3:30.
Like, what
Call
is-
me and tell me you're good, dude.
Like, what is that? Because all I can picture is they're like in a crowded, like a ballroom almost, where it's like it's some kind of a party, it's some kind of like joyous occasion. That's what I like to picture.
Yeah.
And maybe they find a phone across the room, and they're like, I know who my one call is gonna be. Fuck, like, yeah, sure, that's like, oh man,
That's so sweet.
Whew.
You got some pictures for us?
So, yeah, I do. Give me a second. I should have been pulling it up, but I was too busy feeling feelings.
Just so you know, there's a really good one coming next.
okay,
Cool.
we're gonna need it.
Sorry, guys.
No,
I just
'cause,
thought
like,
it was a good message.
No,
as
it
well,
is.
But
I agree.
So I do have one photo.
My stepdad, he was in Desert Storm.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, in the Navy. He was in Kuwait and other countries out in the Middle East. Yeah.
So I have one photo. I have a picture of a cordless phone from, I believe, like the 80s. I'm not sure. The OP said that it had no caller ID and it was cordless, and this is the exact phone that I was picturing.
Yeah. Okay. Oh man. Ooh, that one's gonna stick with me for a second, because like all I can picture is just him screaming his name into the phone.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I can also understand that feeling, some kind of a closure thing. Like, even just hearing like, hey, it's all good. Like, even just that.
Right.
Like, oh.
And he said he felt peace afterwards. He said he felt better after that happened, and I believe that was probably Kenny's goal.
Yeah, that was probably like that was the purpose. That was the goal. That was
Yep.
shit.
I'm really sorry.
No, it's
No,
fine.
don't. That was a good one.
Yeah, that was because like there's a sadness to it, but there's like a bittersweetness almost. You know what I mean?
Good story choice.
You better have something good to follow that to end us off
Oh,
with. I really
is it gonna make me
need-
cry though?
No.
I
Okay.
really need
Well,
some good.
You, I think, might have more, like, you could have more of a personal connection
Oh, great.
to the story.
Great.
But I don't think it's any that's going to make you cry, nothing like that. The TLDR on the story is personally delivered ice cream to Carl's freezer.
Oh, is it because I like ice cream so much?
No, that's literally what the OP put. TLDR, personally delivered ice cream to Carl's freezer.
Well, you said personal connection, so I was like, is it because
Oh,
I love
who's
ice
Carl?
cream?
No. You'll know.
Okay.
You'll get it.
Sure.
All right. This again, I was digging around and Ask Reddit.
Digging in your butt, twin.
Yep. I think this might have been the same thread, actually. What's the most wholesome experience you've had with a stranger? This guy says, this is kind of a long story, but bear with me. A few years ago, I was at the grocery store watching my favorite NCAA basketball team lose their game at the Sweet 16. I was obviously upset and looking to drown my sorrows with some more brews at home. As I left the grocery store, I passed by a man who was obviously both physically and mentally impaired. I noticed that he had a backpack on the back of his auto wheelchair and a whole gallon tub of ice cream had fallen out. So I put down my 12-pack and zipped up his ice cream back into his backpack. He muttered something to me, but I couldn't understand what he was saying. Feeling good about myself, I turned to walk out of the store, and as I leave, I hear a scraping noise on the floor, like nails on a chalkboard. I dismiss it, and then again, I hear a scream. So I turn around and go talk to him, which again I can barely understand. When I get to him, I quickly notice that he's holding the front wheel to his wheelchair in his hand and asking me to fix it for him. I took it in my own hand and examined it. It was a broken metal piece, and there was no way I could fix it. "Where are you trying to go?" I said calmly the first time. A completely unintelligible answer followed. "Can I help you?" I said a bit louder this time. I finally made out the words bus, and so we went off to the bus stop across the street. His wheelchair was not only low on battery, but since he didn't have a wheel, I had to hold it upright and push it forward at the same time. It was also very heavy. It was not fun in any sort of way, but I was there to help, and by gone, I was gonna do it. So we get to the bus stop. It's not that one. Shit, I thought to myself. I thought this was almost over, and I'd have my GGG points for the day. So we went across the street and down a block and go to the next stop. By this time, I'm starting to pick up on his verbal and physical cues and can tell a little bit more of what he's saying. He wants me to wait with him for the bus. His name was Carl. He had something around his neck but didn't want me to take it off, but I could see his name. After about 15 minutes, the bus finally arrives, and I help load him on and pay his fare and get him strapped into the wheelchair section. I sort of explain the situation to the bus driver, and he just looks at me with this bewildered face. "What the hell am I gonna do with him?" he says. This was really the point where the whole situation started hitting me deep. I could hear Carl muttering some words that I couldn't make out, and I could have left feeling great about myself as a person. After all, it's not like he asked me to take him home. But in all of his mutterings, I could tell that Carl needed my help. The bus driver couldn't take him home. Through all his disability, he looked at me, human to human, right in the eye, and I knew he needed help. Even though he didn't say it, I knew what he wanted me to do. All men in the world were equal in that moment. I turned to the bus driver and said that I would go get my car and follow the bus to his stop. If I could have just fit him into my car, I would have. Of course, it was a long way away and in the opposite direction. As the bus driver waited for me, I got in my car and turned to follow the bus. I muted the music in my car, and then I started crying, like a baby. How could I have thought something as stupid as a basketball game was actually important in my life? How could I actually be so bummed about something so trivial? Here they are, people all around us, 24/7 who need help. And I watched basketball and then got mad at a loss. What does Carl have to deal with every day that I don't? My emotions are petty and first world. I cried harder than I ever had. For humanity, I guess. My own loss of it. So we finally got to his stop in a bad area town and get Carl's address off of his name badge. It's not close either, and I have to do the balancing act with his super heavy chair again. I get to his street and it's on top of a huge hill. Fuck it, let's do this, I think to myself as I start making my way up the hill. Just then, I was hit with the most magnificent energy from the inside out. I started taking faster steps, and all of a sudden, the weight of the chair disappeared. Eventually, I started jogging, and Carl and I were both laughing hysterically at each other as I pushed up the hill to his house. After some shenanigans with his neighbors, we finally got a key to his home. I pushed him in his room and got him onto his bed. "Thank you," he said in his same, now familiar muttered tone. "Thank you." I turned to leave, but once more turned back around. "You're welcome, Carl, and don't forget." I unzipped his backpack, took out his gallon of ice cream, and put it in his freezer. He smiled, and I laughed. The next day, I called his caregiver and set him up with a new chair. I still smile every time I pass by that grocery store and see Carl wheeling around in his shiny new ride.
Oh! Man. Like,
I get it.
yeah, I don't think I'd be able to, like, just, here you go. I don't think I'd be able to leave him either.
Like, are you gonna
Yep.
be okay? How did you get to the grocery store with this wheel? I guess the wheel broke at the grocery store, but
It
like,
would have had to, yeah.
Mhm.
but like, how did you get there? How did like?
No, like,
Yep.
once it was clear, like, okay, there's no way that he's... Because I was also thinking the same thing. It's like, once he's off the bus, how's he getting off the bus? Like, how's this going to
Right.
work? Like, I don't think I'd be able to leave him either.
No, me neither.
Like I'm not a very, like, social person when it comes to, like, strangers, but, like, there's just...
Yeah.
When someone asks you to help, you help them.
Mm-hmm.
That type of situation is exactly why I feel like certain spirits would be able to get me so easily.
Oh, for sure.
Because I see someone that needs help and I'm on it.
Mhm.
I do not have it in me to just drive past or walk past. I can't. Unless
Yeah.
I have, like, my children with me, that's different. But
I
if
think
it's just
there-
me, I can't.
I think when it comes to, like, the supernatural and stuff like that, there's, like, a point where you're trusting your gut,
Mhm.
right? And I feel like there are some things that a spirit's not going to be able to mask. Maybe they will. I don't actually know. But
Right.
from what we've heard and what we can, like, infer, I feel like there's some things, like that gut feeling that a spirit's not going to be able to mask, especially one that, like, means harm.
Yeah.
If it's a spirit that legitimately needs help, I'm actually down. Like, I don't care.
Right. Let's do it.
This dude just needed his ice cream, man.
Yeah.
He just wanted his ice cream, and
Just
I relate
some ice
to that.
cream.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh.
Y'all ready for a picture?
I am ready for a
Yeah.
picture.
This post was made about 5 years ago. So the picture that I have is just like what I think of when I hear auto wheelchair or electric wheelchair. Plus, with him mentioning that it was heavy and clunky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I pictured, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Can't imagine uphill. Oh.
Yes.
Oh, man, yeah.
Yep.
I don't know why my brain takes things, like, to the most cartoony extreme. In my brain, I was picturing the hill being nearly, like, vertical. And I was
With
like...
the fucking mansion on top.
Yeah.
Yep. After he
those-
literally said that he lived in the bad part of town, it's just on the mansion on top of the hill.
Yeah, for real?
Carl
The most
and his mansion.
cartoony...
I live right at the top of a hill.
So do we.
Yeah, but your hill is longer and higher, and there's more to get up there.
Unfortunately.
Mine is a straight shot from the bottom of the hill up.
Gotcha.
Yep. It would definitely be a pain in the ass hill to try to... It's a pain in the ass just to walk up and down that hill myself, let alone pushing that kind of wheelchair.
Mm-hmm.
But he got that adrenaline, man.
He sure did, man. He did it.
Oh, yeah.
He did
Good
that
for
thing.
And I totally agree with him where it's like, we've come this far, fuck it, we ball. Like,
Right.
Mm-hmm.
at this point, I'm in this for the long run. I already drove the opposite direction of where I need to go.
Yep.
I got you here. The hill isn't where I'm leaving you.
Right.
Like,
Right.
at this
exactly.
point.
Fuck it.
Can't imagine getting that far and leaving him at the hill.
Oh,
No,
I
yeah.
know.
Can you imagine? I can't do this. I'm
Got
sorry.
to see it
He
through, my
couldn't
boy.
even get to the bus stop, and you're not going to take him up that fucking hill? Nah, we're in it.
Following a bus the opposite direction from where I live, that's child's play. The hill is where I draw the line.
That's so real of him though, because sometimes when you you get perspective from someone who's going through something, it makes you feel some type of way.
Yeah.
I love
It
that
really
he made
does.
sure to put the ice cream in the freezer too.
No,
Yes.
yeah. My ass would have forgot.
Yep. I would have too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm glad he did.
We just went on a full like triathlon. I don't
Right.
Not me, I'm perfect.
Pretty lady, pretty lady, pretty lady.
Not
Jesus.
me. Not. I'm not one to forget ice cream.
Never. No, like, you know.
Ice. Yeah.
Ice cream's like
Yeah.
my favorite.
I've never met someone who loves ice cream more than you do.
Have you met my husband?
I have. I know not about his ice cream
If my
proclivities.
husband was in this exact situation, I could absolutely see him going out of his way to all fully deliver dude home.
Oh yeah, I can see it.
However, if that was my husband, he would have pulled out the ice cream as well as went hunting for 2 bowls and 2 spoons and got them both ice cream before he would have left.
Before I go, why don't we just
I
have
know
a
for a
snack?
fact.
What
he
kind of
would've-
ice cream do you think it was?
I don't know.
Rocky Road. No.
I was picturing mint chocolate chip.
You know what? I was picturing mint chocolate chip.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why.
But he's also an old guy, so it could be like butter pecan. You know?
Maybe like a cherry cordial.
Like a blackberry, black raspberry almost.
Oh god, I love me some black
Me too.
raspberry.
Like a black raspberry chocolate chip
Fuck.
type deal.
Yeah.
Oh. If this is Cincinnati, yes. Because it'll be that Grater's.
It'd be Graters, yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. That's exactly what I was picturing.
Do they sell that in a gallon?
I know they sell it
Maybe.
in pints.
If I, oh my god, let me tell you, if I get my hands on a gallon of black raspberry chip Grater's ice cream, you're never
You
gonna
can
hear from me
get-
again.
You can get a container and have them just like pile it in there.
Just say when and then never say when. Me at Olive Garden with cheese.
Maybe I shouldn't go to Grater's.
It's expensive.
I'm gonna run them out of
It
business.
is, but it's so good.
Mm-hmm.
It's so good.
That was a good story. That was a good one. That was a nice uplifting one. It was perfect. Yeah. Who wants to give out our socials today? No? Dalia said no?
Okay, I'll do it.
I guess it's you.
Sure. Cool. We appreciate you hanging out with us. You can find us at, let's see, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Blue Sky, but not Twitter because...
Fuck Twitter!
Mhm. If you have any true paranormal stories yourself or wholesome stories that you'd like to send to us, we would love to read them. You can send those to TPIBOTE, TPIBOTE at outlook.com. If they are paranormal stories, go ahead and label those for Dalia for us with no H, Dalia. And if they are wholesome true stories, label them as B for me. BEE, like the bug, but they're not bugs.
They're not bugs.
They're not
We
bugs.
learned that
Like
last
the
episode.
insect.
They're
Just say
not-
B2Es. They get it.
B2Es.
Beedwees.
If you don't mind, leave us a comment. Tell us how we're doing. There's wherever you're listening to it. You can listen to us anywhere. But what is it? Apple, Spotify, but YouTube. We're everywhere.
We're everywhere that has things for ears.
Yeah. Leave a comment, rate and review us. Let us know how we're doing. And I guess, as always, this podcast was based on true. This podcast. Hold on, I forgot what our name was. This podcast was based on true events.